I am Rafa Benitez, you are watching the Redmen TV.
Well, there you go, Liverpool come from behind to beat Young Boys in a tight affair. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. Yes, Liverpool beat Young Boys 5-3 away from home in the first of the Europa League group stage matches, and putting to bed any fears that we couldn't score goals in one fell swoop. Before I get on to some comments about the game from yourself, let's have a look at your Facebook comments. First and foremost, Kevin Shepherd says, that was fucking mental. We were shite at the back, but we scored 5 goals in one game. Who saw that coming? Not me. I'll take that. Yes, brilliant. Desmond Ong says, positive from the young lads, but frankly, Enrique was shit. Again, yes. Alex Baldwin says, better than the senior team. Says it all. Yes, it does. Adam Evans, Henderson should be in the team without a doubt. All the headlines will be for Shelvey, but he ran the midfield and was class. Yes, Jack Gibson says, brilliant game. Enrique and Cara were poor, but Suso, Hendo, Shelvey, Barini, Asadi, etc. were brilliant. We have a bright future. Bring on the scum on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can find one more just to round us up. One that isn't an absolute fucking essay, and there are 1 or 2 essays on display in the Facebook comments. Okay, Shelvey and Henderson, awesome. Weird kind of game, but thankfully we got the result. Yeah, you know what, I think the last sentiment there perfectly sums it up, is that we got over the line. Now, anyone who watched the subscriber show will know I predicted a horrible, dirty 1-0 win, and after 4 minutes it looked like that was right on the cards, after what can only be described as an absolute fucking howler from their centre halves. If you've not seen it, track it down, watch it, it's priceless. But of course we had our own defensive mix-up, or comedy of errors as I called it at the time. Jose Enrique dropped the shoulder, skinned Brad Jones inside his own box before playing a wonderful ball to the unmarked centre forward in space. Brad Jones managed to get a hand, only able to tip it into the top corner of his own net. So yeah, that was interesting, but I think it's fair to say that we actually got better as the game went on. We started well, very, the passing movement, we maintained possession very well with Danny Pacheco completely isolated up front. Some said he had a bad game, but I don't think you can blame Pacheco for his performance, because not only did he receive absolutely zero service, particularly in any sort of offensive position, he was, as I say, completely isolated. There was no one looking to get in and around him. He did his best, but look at, he's 5'6" and he's leading the line. Speaks volumes, really, doesn't it? Anyway, Anze Wisdom scoring a debut goal, header from a corner. Oh, peach of a header it was as well. The fact that he gets up and directs it into the bottom corner. It's not like we've seen plenty of headers over the years where you get up and it hits your 50p head and goes off in a random direction and may or may not end up in the goal. No, gets up, powers it, peach of a header. Moving on past that, yeah, but I mean, defensively, it's shaky as fuck. 3 words, summing it up nicely. Jamie Carragher at times just looked, I think we know what he looked like. Jamie Carragher, age 34. That's all you can really say on that. The understanding between him and Coates, alright. Some people have sung the praises of Coates. I thought he was fine. He still occasionally has the tendency to empty it down the pitch for no reason, which would have served Jose Enrique very well. Don't get me wrong, for their first goal. Past that, a few just, as I say, it was a string of defensive mistakes at times, and we were lucky, to be perfectly honest, to come away with the win there. They had a header very late on. They could have leveled the scores, but the players we brought onto the pitch made a real impact, and it's great to see that likes of Jonjo Shelvey, Fabio Barini and Raheem Sterling, all 3 kids in themselves, coming onto the pitch and just being that extra 5, 10, whatever % to get us over the line. In times gone by, that would have had to be Gerrard and Torres or whatever. We'd have had to bring on an established world-class international player to come and sew that game, whereas Jonjo Shelvey did it very nicely. It was impressive. Let me know who impressed you out of that game. I've seen a few people say, I saw someone in the comments, I didn't read out, unfortunately, if you said this, saying that Suso needs to start against Man United. See, for me, Suso showed exactly why he's not ready for the first team, Premier League team anyway, in that game. Don't get me wrong, I'd play him in the Europa League all day long. One or two moments, that one particular moment where he got into the box and he beat like 3 men, but then the ball to Pacheco, that's a goal. But the fact is, he's just hasn't got his head up, he hasn't picked the pass. He knows roughly where to do it, but that's inexperience, and that's just a little bit of hot-headedness maybe. Maybe he's seen the headlines and he's already thought, well, that's my part done, and he's not focused on the pass. Who knows, we can speculate till the cows come home. But no, for Suso, I don't think he quite did enough. He didn't quite do enough to bring Pacheco into the game, didn't link up well enough. As I say, when he showed them, he was fine. He's fine. He was tidy. Who else was tidy? Nouri Sahin, very tidy indeed, and showed a decent range of pass and just looks very comfortable, controlled on the ball. Defensively, once again, though, much like Arsenal, you don't want to see him bombing back to basically try and cover when men have gone clean through, because he's not going to do it. At least not based on what we've seen. Perhaps that'll come, but fitness-wise, he certainly doesn't have the ability to do it. Right now, Jordan Henderson, it was mentioned in the comments, yeah, I thought he had a very good game. Couple of little passes in the first half where he was just a bit soft, but he was trying stuff, and he was industrious. Fans of Football Manager will know the industrious midfielder role, and that's exactly what I think Jordan Henderson is for us. Someone said, he needs to start as well. No, he doesn't really, because I think Steven Gerrard can do that as well. Steven Gerrard, Joe Allen, and potentially Shelvey looks like our best 3 in the absence of Lucas at the minute. But it's great to know that you've got Jordan Henderson and Nouri Sahin, banging on the door, trying to get themselves into the Premier League first 11, and performance like that certainly won't do him any harm. And you've got to remember, he's under 21 captain. We've got England under 21 captain who isn't even getting anywhere near the first team at the minute, which I think speaks volumes about the strength and depth we actually have in the middle of the park. Osama Asadi made his debut. Good to see him. Showed a few flashes again. Looks rusty, doesn't look quite match sharp, but we've seen what he'll offer. He's definitely a great option to have on the bench, and he's exactly what we've been lacking on the bench so far this season. Someone who, in the absence of Raheem Sterling, he's got a bit of pace, he's got a little trick, he's quite direct. Not sure whether the end product's there, but perhaps, I think it's fair to say, a little too early to tell from that regard. Time's definitely going to tell, I think, on him once he gets a few more games under his belt, a few more training sessions, yada yada yada. I think past that, Fabio Borini, again, I've mentioned, coming on, made all the difference. Fantastically intelligent run to basically lay it on, almost open the parting of the Red Sea for Jonjo Shelvey to come in and smash one in. But yeah, I think on the whole, sound, as I say, defensively wank, but what can you do? You're playing a makeshift back four, most certainly Jose Enrique. As Jim Beglin said it perfectly in commentary, I think he's a good player, but I think sometimes he thinks he's Pele. And there you go. Hopefully we can regain a little bit of form, because he's our only proper recognised left back, isn't he? So, fingers crossed. But anyway, past that, let us know what your thoughts were on the game. Crazy Thursday evening viewing that was. But Liverpool do get all 3 points with, as it's been rightly pointed out, a team of kids as well. Definitely bodes well for the future, and thankfully we've been able to rest some of our more important players for Sunday's vital clash against Man United in Anfield. If you want to see a little bit more of the Redmen TV this week on our subscriber show, we obviously looked ahead to Man United. You'll be able to see a little bit of that on YouTube. But there's a full 2-hour show that we did. The most important topic we covered was, of course, 1 week on from the Hillsborough Independent panel finally releasing the truth of the events of 15th of April 1989, and it sounds a little bit dour, but it wasn't. It's a fantastic discussion, and I strongly implore you to get on there and give it a watch, because we had, regular viewers will know we've had my dad on in the past. He was there, he was actually present at Hillsborough at the time, and his opinions on things are just absolutely fucking spot on. I'll give you a little glance.
Peter Robinson pleaded with them to give Liverpool the other end, and they refused.
Well, it was the previous year, wasn't it? We had the same end, and there was the same problems.
Yeah. And then there was a problem on the motorway, wasn't there? So everyone arrived late anyway, which caused a major problem for the police, which they then totally mishandled.
Yeah.
But can I just say one thing though, that there's been a lot of change of heart, and I think it's been very sincere around the country. But there's still been some people who think that an apology is enough. You know, the FA, for instance, have apologised after being cajoled into doing it. They sent us twice into a ground without a safety certificate. They put my life at risk twice without me having any clue that that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And they think it's okay 23 years later, when they've known all that time, to say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, and I don't accept the FA's apology.
Well, this is the point I want to come on to, actually.
Yeah, loads more like that. It was fantastic. Do check it out. Free for a month if you got PayPal. If you don't like it, by all means cancel it. But fingers crossed, hopefully we do enough to impress you. 2 hours worth of content a week, plus a load of bonus shit as well. Interviews and what have you. Hope to see you there. If not, I shall be back, hopefully, fingers crossed, with another similarly upbeat performance and, more important, result against Man United on Sunday. Ta-ra.